Sector is the biosector and the IT, the three new pillars. The provincial government did a great fanfare down at Confederation Centre a year or so ago. Does that work for rural PEI or against it? And how do you see blending the two together to eliminate the disparity between rural and urban interests?
Well, I think what that did is it showcased the center of the island or the major centers. As far as showcasing the rural area itself, it did a poor job of that, and it goes back to people making decisions in office that are not taking into consideration what's actually needed out there in the sector, or what's actually available out there in the other areas or the other sectors. So my take on that is why wasn't that showcased across the whole island instead of just in the center? And I think it goes back to the GIZ government. They have no commitment for the rural area or rural PEI.
Olive Crane.
Thank you for the question. There certainly are opportunities in bioscience, innovative technologies, alternative energies, and aerospace, and they work really, really well when they're in balance with the rural economy. I think one of the difficulties with the GIZ government is they do not get the connections. There are areas and groups of people that are forgotten entirely. There's a business gentleman that I know from the O'Leary area who's doing extremely well. He needs 15 welders because he's on his own, has a contract off island. He's been in business for 30 plus years and doing well. The prosperity plan has absolutely nothing in place there to help him grow and keep and deal with the population issues around attracting and retaining welders to PEI.
Jamie Ballem.
I think if you read the document, the Island Prosperity Plan, open up the cover, the first picture you see is the Deputy Minister. Then you see the Premier, then you see the Minister on the page. I've never seen that before, where the author of the Prosperity Plan is front and center. Someone that's on sabbatical from the National Research Council and can go back to that council. Who's going to benefit the most from the Prosperity Plan? The biosector. Aerospace has to be pretty well located at Llewellyn Park. That's a reality. Bioscience is for the most part going to be located in the urban areas. The other two pillars though, and there's a fourth one, and that's renewable energy, that's rural. Whether it's wind, solar, or biomass, agricultural crops, and they will argue that that's the part that's going to help rural PEI, except they're not acting on it. They have no intention of doing anything with it, it's lip service only.
Fred McCardle.
I think the same people wrote the agricultural, the rural renewal strategy that wrote that one. If there's economic benefits for rural PEI, we're still anxiously waiting.
Peter Llewellyn.
And again, it's a report that was not written to actually accomplish anything. The report fails to bring into the whole thing all islanders. It doesn't bring in all islanders into this here plan. We have, for example, within education, if we're going to invest in aerospace, we're going to invest in bioscience and so on, then we should be investing into our students who are going to take those jobs in the future. Instead of moving ahead in education, we've cut back on the sciences in education. We're investing millions and millions of dollars to bring companies here, but we're not investing in our youth. The government of today simply doesn't understand how to walk and chew gum at the same time, manage multiple different areas. These are all things they have to learn to do. You can't invest in one area and fail to train the youth to take those jobs if we're going to have a benefit here in PEI. It's simply a poor showing.
Thank you, candidates. I have a question here with your indulgence. It's an issue that